A. Climate.
Travelling from north to south in Nigeria, you pass through a fascinating series of landscapes. Rainfall in the southeast can be extremely high in the wet season, whereas the northern part of the country is arid and prone to drought during the dry season.
B. Vegetation.
More than 30% of the landscape of Canada lies inside the Arctic Circle, where the land can stay frozen for up to 9 months of the year. In these regions, known as the tundra, vegetation is limited. Further south, dense, coniferous forests known as taiga cover large areas of land. Towards the border with the United States are the grasslands of the prairies and the mixed, temperate forests.
C. Agriculture.
Rice is the main crop grown in the south of China, along with tea, cotton, fruit and vegetables. The rice is planted in flooded paddy fields. A good year can see 2 crops of rice and 1 of vegetables harvested. In the drier, hillier north and west, farmers generally harvest a single crop of cereals and, in addition, tend sheep and cattle.
D. Industry.
France is one of the world's leading developed nations. It is home to large manufacturing, steel and chemical industries. The country is an important and major producer of aircraft and cars, and is at the forefront of technology and engineering. Its sizable nuclear industry generates a significant proportion of the nation's electrical power. Like many developed countries, France provides a lot of help and aid to developing countries.
E. Population.
Brazil is a vibrant mixture of peoples. Some are descended from indigenous tribes, others from the Portuguese, who were the colonial power in Brazil for 300 years. Many Brazilians have African ancestors brought over in the 17th century as slaves to work on sugar plantations. During the 20th century, large numbers of European migrants settled in the south.
A. Weather conversations.
Here are some less common, but nonetheless useful, words about weather, so that you can have typical weather conversations where you agree with someone by using a near synonym. In these examples, B replies using more informal language.
Bit cold today, isn't it?
Yes, it's chilly, isn't it? Yes, it's freezing, isn't it? Yes, it's nippy, isn't it?
It's hot, isn't it?
Yes, it's boiling. Yes, it's sweltering. Yes, it's roasting.
It's a bit windy today.
Yes, really blowy, isn't it? Yes, really breezy, isn't it?
What oppressive weather! What sultry weather!
Yes, isn't it stifling? Yes, isn't it heavy? Yes, isn't it close?
What a downpour! What a deluge!
Yes, it's chucking it down. Yes, it's pouring.
Isn't it humid today?
Yes, horrible muggy weather. Yes, horrible clammy weather. Yes, horrible sticky weather.
B. Climate and metaphors. Climate metaphors are often used, particularly in written English. The word climate can refer to the general atmosphere or situation in society.
His secrecy and dishonesty created a climate of distrust.
The government reforms have contributed to a climate of change.
The words cultural, current, economic, financial, moral, political, social, and prevailing all collocate strongly with climate in this social sense.
She has a very sunny disposition. She's hardly ever miserable.
Though they won the championship last year, the outlook for the team is less sunny this year.
Unfortunately, our plans met with a frosty reception.
I'm snowed under with work. I'll never get through it all in time.
After the company accounts were examined, the manager left under a cloud.
Don't let your love for him cloud your judgment. The soldiers were hit with a hail of bullets.
The Prime Minister was greeted with a hail of abuse. The Prime Minister was greeted with a storm of abuse.
I've only a hazy memory of my first day at school.
The truth is hidden in the mists of history.
The article sparked a whirlwind of speculation.
They had a whirlwind romance and got married just a month after they met.
The horses thundered down the racetrack.
Thunderous applause followed his speech.
The winds of change are blowing across the country. The winds of discontent are blowing across the country. The winds of democracy are blowing across the country.
A. Buildings.
To build something or someone up can be used metaphorically to mean to praise someone or something in a way that will increase expectations of them. For example, the press has built up the young footballer so much that it must be extra pressure on him. Note how cement is used to fix bricks firmly in place and to make relationships more solid. It can be used in this way both as a noun and a verb. For example, let's have a drink together to cement our partnership. To come up against a brick wall is used metaphorically, meaning to meet a barrier. For example, when I tried to find out who had opened my letters, I came up against a brick wall. Ceiling can be used to suggest a limit to something. For example, they put a ceiling on the number of planned redundancies. The glass ceiling is a phrase used to refer to an invisible barrier that stops people, especially women, from rising to top positions at work. Roof is used in a number of common metaphors. For example, the roof fell in on my world on the day he died. Conversely, the floor can give way metaphorically when you faint. The informal phrase, go through the roof, is used about prices, meaning to increase in a rapid, uncontrolled fashion. Hit the roof means get very angry. For example, my mother will hit the roof when she sees what we've done. Window, both literally and metaphorically, means an opening. A window of opportunity is a chance to do something special. For example, if you see a window of opportunity, then take advantage of it. If a quality or idea goes out of the window, it means it departs. For example, once the boys started going around together, common sense went out of the window. As a very tall building, tower conveys an idea of distance from ordinary people. If someone lives in an ivory tower, he or she does not know about the unpleasant and ordinary things that happen in life. For example, academics are often criticized for living in their ivory towers. If a person is a tower of strength, they are extremely strong in an emotional rather than a physical sense. For example, our friends were a tower of strength when our house burnt down. If a person or thing towers above something or someone, they are either outstandingly tall or outstanding in some other positive way. For example, Lauren towers above all her classmates, although she is actually one of the youngest students.
B. Entrances.
Gateway is used metaphorically in the phrase be a gateway to, meaning give an opportunity to get somewhere. For example, a degree in law is a gateway to a well-paid job. Door can also be used in a similar way to gateway above, but it is also used in many other metaphorical phrases as well. For example, failing his final exams closed or shut a lot of doors for him. Knowing several languages opens doors when it comes to finding work. The new year gives us the opportunity to close the door on the past and make a fresh start. Doing something through or by the back door suggests doing it unofficially. For example, Jack came into the business by the back door. The manager knew him from university. Doing something behind closed doors suggests secrecy. Unfortunately, the decision was taken behind closed doors, and no one knows exactly why it was made. Key can be used as a noun to suggest the importance of something. For example, this research may provide or hold the key to developing a cure for cancer. Knowing the right people is the key to success in that country.